up in the software standpoint. Now performance wise, this phone does have the MediaTek Helio G85 chipset. That's the first time I've ever said that out loud. The octa-core CPU, a Mali GPU, and the RAM variants are a little bit different. So the base model has 3 gigs of RAM. That's the base model I had. The mid-tier models have 4 gigs of RAM, and the top tier model has 6 gigs of RAM. So what I can tell you in terms of the whole entire RAM management of this specific device and just the overall performance aspect, it's really not like a bad performing phone. I think this phone is actually a pretty decent performing phone for the price tag. And what's funny is when you're holding this phone in your hand and you're going through one app to the other and you're scrolling through, it really isn't that bad of a performing phone. I think, me included, when I first bought this phone at that price tag, I was kind of, scared. I've never had a phone with a chipset with the MediaTek chipset, so I didn't know how it was going to perform and everything. But it really wasn't that bad, and I think that's a pretty good aspect of this device. I think the performance for the price really isn't that bad. But again, if you're going to compare this type of phone to maybe like a Galaxy S20 with the 120Hz refresh rate and a much more RAM and a much better system inside of it, you're definitely going to run into some problems because that phone is going to be way faster. But at the end of the day, you're still going to be getting a pretty good performing device from this for the price tag. Now, there are some areas where it kind of rubs me the wrong way. As I said before, the RAM management definitely isn't a pro. It can definitely be a con to some people. So that's definitely one area where I would kind of look at to be like, it's definitely not that great. And that's probably an area where a lot of people would also agree, unless you get maybe the more top tier model. But I think day-to-day tasks, if you don't want to do anything super crazy with this device, the performance I think will be perfectly fine for a bunch of people out there. So in terms of performance, that's pretty much just how I would cover it up. Now, one of the